I still hear the glass shattering, the sting in my scalp, the copper taste of blood pooling at the back of my throat. That was my birthday gift from my parents, a champagne bottle to the skull because I said no. The room had gone quiet after my refusal. My brother's friends smirked, waiting for the drama. My mother's face twisted, my father's jaw clenched. Ungrateful, they spat, as though the word justified what came next. Then the bottle cracked against me. I woke up in a hospital bed, stitches in my head, IV in my arm. Not one message from them, not a single call. That's when the switch flipped. It hadn't always been like this. Growing up, I was the shadow child. My brother was the golden boy, the prodigy, the one they poured money, praise, and patience into. I was the afterthought. I bought my own textbooks. I worked nights through college. Every achievement I had was mine alone. The condo I purchased, $680,000 paid in full, was the proof. My independence carved out of sacrifice. But to them, it wasn't mine. It was theirs to assign. And my brother? The chosen recipient. The first hints came when my mom would say, "It's just easier if your brother lives closer to work." Or when my dad added, "You already have more than you need, share." But share didn't mean compromise. It meant surrender. And when I didn't bend, they broke me. Literally. I didn't cry, not in the hospital, not after. Pain sharpened into something cleaner, clarity. Revenge, when done right, isn't loud. It's not a slap, not a scream. It's quiet, deliberate, surgical. And I had time. 6 weeks in recovery. Every hour plotting. I didn't want them arrested. Jail was too temporary, too forgettable. I wanted to take what they valued most: status, security, control. So I went for the foundation: money. First move, law. I filed a police report the moment I could walk. Not to press charges, just to get it on record. The assault, the stitches, the medical files documented. That paper trail would matter later. Second, finance. My father's construction business ran on contracts, but also on loans. I knew his habits. He loved shortcuts, cut corners, bribed inspectors. I'd worked in accounting long enough to know how to follow money. A quiet tip to the IRS, another to the city's regulatory board. Not with my name, of course, just enough breadcrumbs leading back to years of shady ledgers. Third, property. The house they lived in? It wasn't fully theirs. Half the mortgage was quietly tied to my name from an old arrangement where they'd begged me to co-sign. They'd promised to refinance later. They never did. Big mistake. Because when I stopped covering my half, the bank came knocking. The beauty of revenge isn't in speed. It's in timing. The collapse came like dominoes. First, the audits. Investigators froze my father's accounts pending review. Clients pulled contracts. Work dried up. Then, the house. They thought they were safe until the foreclosure notice arrived, stamped in red. I didn't even need to say a word. Finally, the humiliation. Christmas dinner. I showed up, uninvited, carrying nothing but calm. My brother was sulking. His dream condo still locked in my name, legally untouchable. My parents sat small, hollow-eyed, pride stripped bare. When my uncle asked about the business, my father's fork clattered. When my aunt whispered about the foreclosure, my mother turned pale. I just sat there, smiling. No shouting, no gloating, just silence, heavy enough to choke them. The best revenge isn't proving them wrong. It's letting them prove themselves. They called me ungrateful, but when the smoke cleared, who was left standing? I still had my condo, my career, my name untainted. They had nothing. No home, no business, no reputation. The same hands that smashed a bottle over my head were now empty, trembling, reaching for scraps. Do I regret it? No, they taught me everything I needed to know about betrayal, and I taught them the cost of underestimating the quiet one at the table. Blood may be thicker than water, but debt drowns faster than either. And as I turned the key to my condo that night, I realized I hadn't just taken revenge, I'd taken back my place in the world.